Ladies and gentlemen, today is a good day. Today, hold up. There we go. Today is a good day. We're sitting here at 11:20 Eastern Time. Jared Devil, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Don't know how many people will get in here tonight, or not tonight, this morning. But today's a good day, folks, and it's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate. It's time for celebration. Kick back, enjoy your evenings. A weight is off the shoulders. Lot to celebrate, folks. Lot to celebrate today. It is a good day to be a Steeler fan. It is a very good day to be a Steeler fan today, guys. Reginald, what's up? George, what's up, man? Aquatic, what's up, man? Good to see you guys. Thank you all for tuning into the stream, tuning into the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. But if I had, I don't know, what would be something good? If I had a nice a nice cold beverage, maybe a nice Michelob Ultra or something like that, I'd give you guys cheers and I'd take a drink for all the boys today. That's what I would do. But guys, today we had breaking news around pretty much midnight, and actually, I was playing PlayStation with Z last night, as you guys know in the chat, and I said to him, I was like, I'm gonna put because I just don't really feel like scrolling through Twitter all the time right now. I'll take a hit, Jared Devil. Take a hit for the fellas. Um, I told him I didn't feel like scrolling through Twitter all night. So I'm like, I'm just going to put on Adam Schefter's notifications. And that was probably like 11:56 last night. And then at like 11:57, 11:58, the notification happened. Russell Wilson's coming. Russell Wilson's officially a Pittsburgh Steeler. And I think really after everything that transpired Friday, I think most people should have had probably an estimated guess that he was going to come here. I think most people should have realized that. I really think the writing was on the wall. He was here for hours with Arthur Smith for hours. He wanted to go somewhere where they've won, where they have a team ready to win. The Steelers fit the mold, not the Giants, not the Raiders. The Steelers fit that mold. And especially, too, it coming out that the Steelers have um, that their interest was very real. It was something that, like I said, most people should have saw coming. And you get Russell Wilson for cheap on a veteran minimum contract. You guys can't ask for any better. You get better at your quarterback spot. I know Russell Wilson's not in his prime, but the fact the Steelers threw 24 touchdown passes in 2 years, that's all you got to know. Truly, that's all you got to know. So you get better at quarterback. You get a guy like Russell Wilson who is getting all this money from Denver. You get him on the cheapest contract you can. And you have about $30 million in cap space right now. And now you can actually have the money to really go build the areas of your roster need rebuilt on. That's a win-win. That's a win-win for the fans. That's a win-win for the franchise. That's a win-win for the players because now they're going to get better in the areas we know they need to get better at. And now they actually got better at quarterback. I don't know how anybody can dislike it. If there's anybody out there that does not like this move, I don't understand. I really don't. So it's a day to celebrate, guys, because the Mitch Trubisky era we know is officially over, but the Kenny Pickett era seems to be over as well. And that's not me hating on Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's a good guy, I'm sure. God bless him. But watching him play quarterback was miserable. It was an eyesore. Kenny Pickett had almost 2 years to show something, and he didn't. He didn't show anything, guys. He didn't. He threw 13 touchdown passes in 2 years. I'm sorry. I know Matt Canada was a huge problem. We know the offensive line still wasn't where it needed to be. But I'm sorry, when you're not showing in a world in an NFL offense when you need to like as a quarterback, if you're a young quarterback and you're at least not showing me A and B or even C, that's a problem. If you're going to struggle with D, E, and F, okay, that's fine. Like Kenny Pickett last year, my expectation was okay. I want him to show me A, B, and possibly C. I know he's still going to struggle. I know he's still going to have his problems, but he didn't show me A and B. He didn't even show me C. There was nothing to be seen last year. It was awful. It was hard to watch. Um, he's just not he's just not it. And I think a guy who's had 25 or more starts in the NFL, you kind of know the realm of territory he's going to be in. Even if he was going to get a little better this year, how much better is that? How much better is better than 6 touchdowns? 14? That's who you want to go with? 15? No, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Reginald says they don't like this move, find another team. There you go. There you go. I feel like that the people that don't like this move are just the people that are Kenny Pickett diehards for some reason. Wondering what safety we bring in now. Jared Devil. It's gonna be a pretty big day with there's gonna be a lot of moves going down. T. Higgins already requested a trade. Safety market is huge, probably the biggest it's been in a long time. When we in the division, are we really going back to Kenny? I know I'm jumping injury, but why not? Um, barring injury, but Aquatic, what do you mean, brother? What do you mean? People are concerned about the locker room, but Russ has been humbled by the last few years. He has something to prove. Yeah, he does have something to prove too, man. He still wants to play. He still wants to win. He was in a crappy situation with Denver. I know Russell is a different type of character sometimes. We know that there's been some things the last couple years in Denver in terms of a locker room presence. But it was literally reported today Cameron Hayward advocated for him. Mike Tomlin advocated for him. And sure, Russell Wilson's a little bit of a different guy. But I think that there's probably guys in every locker room that players don't see eye to eye with everybody. I said that on my last show. Like it's not like Russell Wilson has this baggage. It's not like he has these off the field problems. He's just a different guy, and maybe that might not click with some people. Is what it is. Is what it is. Justin Simmons, I like. Yeah, yeah. He's only 30 as well. I was looking at the market yesterday. I like Chauncey Gardner Johnson on the Lions. I think he would be a great fit here. I know there were some people in our chat, in our chat last episode that would like to see Terrell Evans come back. That wouldn't be bad if you want to use your money elsewhere instead of like a top safety and bring back a guy like Terrell Evans. I don't really know how much that makes sense right now, given kind of where he's kind of been at. But we know that Minka Fitzpatrick thrived with him. Scrooge Greedy, what's up, brother? What's up, Steeler Nation? Russell Wilson makes a big impact on offense. Absolutely, he does, man. Absolutely, he does. It is time to ride. I said today, Scrooge, it is a day to celebrate if you're a Steeler fan. And I'm not saying that Russell Wilson's going to take us to a Super Bowl, but we're not going to have to watch this miserable quarterback play that we've been watching the last 2 years. That's gone out the window. We can actually watch somebody that that pushes the ball down the field. We can watch somebody that works well in play action. We can watch somebody that was one of the highest red zone quarterbacks last year, which is something the Steelers really, really struggled in really bad. He actually has a run game he can rely on. He has a defense he can rely on. It's a great situation. It really is. They get him for a great contract. They can use their money in multiple different areas. It's a win-win situation both ways, guys. It really is. It really is. So, but honestly, guys, it's a breath of fresh air for me. And I think a lot of people, like I said, it's no hate, but the Kenny Pickett era is done. The Kenny Pickett era is over. I honestly truly believe that he's done. I really do. I'm not saying his career's done, but I just don't see the Steelers going back to him at age 27, hoping for him to be hoping for him to be their guy of the future at age 27. I just don't see it. I really don't. But like I said, it was just so hard to watch our quarterback room last year. It was. It was all around. We're finally gonna be competitive. Yeah, Steel 43. Absolutely, it's a steal. Screw Steel 43. What's up, man? Thanks for coming back in the chat. Yeah. They're actually gonna finally have somewhat of a potent offense. Thank God. But a quick shout out though, guys. I think it's fair to give a quick shout out to Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph was a guy we all know got a really bad rap here. I think it's kind of fair to say he really didn't get a full opportunity. 2019 was really rough. I always kind of said that I feel like if the Steelers really wanted him or was hoping for him to be their future, he would have been a starter 2, 3 years ago. I don't think that they would have. Sean, what's up, man? Oh, Sean, by the way, thank you so much for your comment on my article, man. Thank you so much for that support and doing that. You did not even have to go out of your way to do that. That means so much. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here. Good to see you. But shout out to Mason Rudolph. He was a professional all his 5, 6 years here. He put his head down and worked even through the hate, the adversity. Like him feeling like he probably didn't get much of a shot, and he came in last year and gave the team some life that they desperately needed and played pretty well down the stretch. And you got to give him credit. You got to give him credit for that. You got to be thankful for that. He was very close to going into real estate, and now he's going to get an opportunity somewhere else, probably as a second string quarterback, but that's fine. He's going to get a decent contract as a backup quarterback in this league. Being a backup quarterback in the NFL is a great gig and is impressive nonetheless. If you're a second string quarterback in the NFL, you're in the top 0.1% still of quarterbacks in the freaking world. So you got to give Mason Rudolph his flowers. You got to give him credit where it's due. I hope he finds a good place. I hope he gets another opportunity to show himself. I think with what he did last year, he's worthy of that somewhere. I always just kind of thought that it just wasn't here. And I honestly didn't think it should have been here. I think with the way Mason Rudolph's been looked at by the organization, he was better off going somewhere else. I love for Rudolph, best of luck. I knew he wasn't coming back. Heck, I wouldn't have. No, I wouldn't have either, Steele. I wouldn't have either. The way the fans are, like I said, the way the organization was, it took them 3 games to go to him. Excuse me, over Mitch Trubisky. Absolutely not. Excuse me, absolutely not. But yeah, guys, give me your thought. Like, do you guys think that this is the end of the Kenny Pickett era? Do you guys think that because Kenny will be on the team, but do you guys think that it's done, it's chalked, it's signed, sealed, delivered? I do. I personally do. I just don't see them going back after a year or two of Russell Wilson when he's 27, 28 years old and hoping for him to be the guy. I just don't see it. I don't see it. How many players think the Steelers will sign today? I don't know, Reginald. Maybe 1 or 2. I think even if they sign a minimal amount today, they're definitely not going to be done. I think that they're going to be very aggressive. They have a lot of money to use. I really do. He could be back at the minimum as well. Well, yeah, I'm not saying that like Kenny's done the sense of his NFL career. I'm saying as the hopeful future of the Steelers, it's not happening. It's not happening. I think the Steelers recognize the roster they got, that they got to win now. I'm not really sure what's going on with my screen. Go figure. Let's see. Maybe that makes it any better. Okay, maybe that makes it better. But that's what I mean. Like, I'm not saying that Kenny's gonna get released. I'm not saying that his NFL career is done. But in terms of him being the starter of the Steelers, I think it's just signed, sealed, delivered. I don't see the Steelers hoping a 27, 28-year-old Kenny Pickett's their future guy. But yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day, and like I said, most people, I think every fan, every Steeler fan should be looking forward to this. Should be excited about this move. Sure, you're not getting elite Russell quarterback or elite Russell Wilson at quarterback, but you're getting middle of the pack Russell Wilson at quarterback rather than the 32nd worst quarterback in the league. I think anybody would take that in a heartbeat. So it's a good day to celebrate. I would play a certain song, but I'll get copyrighted for it. I'll get flagged for it. Uh, but yeah, it's great, guys. It's great. I think we should all feel pretty good. I really do. Jeremiah, what's up, man? No, it's never too late, brother. It's never too late. We're live. We're here. Yeah, that's what I was just kind of talking about that. I think everybody should like the move. I really do. I think everybody. Jennifer, what's up? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a little bit. I'm excited for the present, concerned about the future. Well, Jennifer, here's the thing, and maybe what I'll say here maybe might lift your spirits up a little bit with it. The Russell Wilson signing is not just an immediate upgrade or a type of win now signing, but it's going to buy them time to find their next guy, whether that's in the draft next year or the year after that. It's going to give them time. Kenny's not their guy. We all know that. The Steelers have finally recognized that. Um, it's going to buy them time. And the Steelers are more times than not good at drafting, good at player development. But with the roster they have right now, you can't waste it. You have a lot of talent on your offense. You're getting better on your offensive line already. You have stars on your defense. You're going to be adding to your defense this offseason. You cannot run it back with a guy that threw 6 touchdowns last year. You cannot run it back with a quarterback room that threw 24 touchdowns in 2 years. You can't do that. They had to go out. They had to go get somebody that can maximize more of this offense, and Russell Wilson's the guy to do it right now. If Russ prospers, are we really not going to sign Russ to extension? That means Kenny's still going to sit. Well, yeah, that's the thing. If Russ does well, they'll definitely bring him back. But that's what I mean, Aquatic, is that in terms of Kenny being the starter after Russell Wilson, it's not going to happen. The guy's going to be like 28 years old. Colbert never should have signed our quarterback. Yeah, Kevin Colbert had some bad drafts before he left. Omar Khan is giving a breath of fresh air. He's aggressive. That's what I like about him. He's got an edge, and he was very, very quick to cut the fat and cut the dead weight on this roster. If it was Kevin Colbert, guys, Mason Rudolph and Kenny Pickett are quarterbacks, and Patrick Peterson's still here. Let me put it that way. King Khan. Back at it. Still feel like, no, he's definitely not. He's just getting started, man. He's just getting started. 26 touchdowns, 1 season KP, take notes and learn. Yeah. Yeah. And maybe Kenny Pickett sitting behind Russell Wilson might do him well, maybe. Who knows? If you guys had to give any predictions for some signings today, let's hear it. Let's get some predictions in here. Let's get some predictions, guys. I think we're going to see Tyler Boyd sign with the Steelers today. That's my one prediction. I think we see Tyler Boyd come here today. I don't know. Maybe the Bengals might bring him back, though, with T. Higgins requesting a trade. I don't know. Which was the right thing. T. Higgins needs to get out of there and go be a number one guy somewhere else. That's what he needs to do. T. Higgins is too good. He's clutch at times. Yeah, and that's the thing, too. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's smart with the ball, doesn't turn the ball over. Sure, he doesn't throw over the middle of the field a whole lot like the Steelers haven't really done either. But he's mobile. He still can move. He's going to give you a good deep ball, which is what they need. He's going to be smart with the football. That's what needs to happen. And that's what they're getting. That would be good. Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of people, I think a lot of fans would be good with Tyler Boyd coming in to fill that slot role. 100%. 100%. Mitch Morse too. Not sure if you guys saw or not, signed with the Jaguars this morning. The Steelers were interested in signing him. Yeah. His arm's still strong. Absolutely. He still threw a great deep ball last year. Hoping to see a corner. Yeah, there's some corners out there. I think it'd be nice to see a safety or a center picked up today. But yeah, even like if they just like no matter who they sign today, whether they sign one guy, whether they sign 3 guys, they're far from done. It's just day one. It's literally day one. Calvin Ridley's a free agent. What do you guys think about Deontay Johnson? Let me know what you guys think. Is he going to get traded? Do you guys think he's going to get moved? He's got 1 year left on his deal. He's not going to get an extension. They're not going to extend him. Inside linebackers, yeah, there's a few names out there. Jerome Baker's a name to keep an eye out from the Dolphins. Aquatic. We a true threat now. Yeah, they got better. They got better. That's what they needed. And that was my main thing, guys, is like, if the Steelers were in a spot where like they just didn't really have a good roster and you want to go 1 more year with Kenny, okay, that can probably give you a top pick. But the Steelers have a good roster. They want to win right now. They want to win as many football games they can right now. You can't throw Kenny Pickett out there right now. He should stay. He got a good quarterback now. I think I want to keep Deontay now. Well, yeah, if Deontay stays, I think everybody would be fine with that. But with the talks going on yesterday, that there's some teams are interested. I think if you get a deal you can't pass up, you definitely do it. You can go sign another wide receiver in free agency. I don't think Deontay's this irreplaceable player. He's a great route runner, but he's also a headache at the same time. He's got 1 year left on his deal. He's not going to get a contract extension. I think the thing with Deontay is that he's a luxury for us to have. I think everybody is completely fine with him being there with Pickens. But if they do move him, they can replace him though. They definitely can. DJ is like Mason, who wants or needs him, and we can get a good pick or a free agent. Well, that's the thing, Sean. Yeah, if they decide to move him, if you're able to get a decent draft pick, there's names out there on the market you can go do. You can always draft somebody. He's not irreplaceable. I think he's a good player. I think he fits us well. But given his contract, they're not going to give him an extension. I think you at least have to do your due diligence out there. No excuse for dropping passes. No, he's going to get him right in the money. He's going to get him right on the money. Got 13 people in here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everybody in the chat today. It's a day to celebrate. Today is a day to celebrate as a Steeler fan. Everybody in the chat, everybody in the stream that's not in the chat as well. Thank you guys so much. Trade Deontay, but you got to have a good replacement. Right. They definitely got to have a plan. If you're going to do that, you got to have a plan. You got to have a plan. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pickens isn't for it yet. Yeah. Yeah, Steel 43 said, like the video, guys. It helped push the video. It helps us reach more fans, football fans, NFL fans, Steeler fans. Because I even like to talk about other things outside of just the Steelers here, so we can kind of reach a whole bunch of guys. I always like interacting with everybody that comes in the chat. Yeah, I really felt like that it was going to be Frosty. What's up, man? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Good to see you. Some dudes are yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. We've seen that here. We've seen that with a lot of guys. A lot of guys. I honestly think, guys, it was going to come down to Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. I mean, really, if you look at the Bears, Steelers got Russ. Falcons seem like they're going to get Kirk Cousins. Raiders aren't interested in Justin Fields. I feel like the Bears played themselves. Typical Bears. You want to go get a first-round pick, second-round pick for Justin Fields, who isn't worth that. And now you've played yourself where he has no suitors. And now you're going to get what? A fifth, sixth-round pick for him? Can't wait to see GP and Wilson. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful. That deep bomb down the sideline is going to be great. And I like Justin Fields. Like, I think that Fields is kind of a tweener. He's shown like some superstar qualities. He's also shown a lot of bad things. He's another quarterback that hasn't had really much stability at all in his career. So maybe if he goes to a good spot, he can thrive more. He's still only 24. But I think the thing why I think myself and probably some of you guys, I'm sure, and a lot of fans out there might have rather have gone the Russell Wilson route, is that with Justin Fields, you're going to have to pick up that option next year. You don't know how much or like if that's even going to be worth it, but the Steelers would have to do it. And then it would kind of come more as it has to be a long-term commitment if they would do that. Rather with Russ, you get a guy that still can play. You get a guy that's on the cheap deal for a year. If he does well, you can bring him back. You don't have anything, like you're not giving up anything. You bring in a seasoned guy. I think it was better. I would have been okay with either one, but I think it was better. Been a Steeler fan since 1975. Have plenty to cheer about. Today is one of those moments I really am able to cheer for. Let's go Pittsburgh Steelers. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a good day to it's a good day to be a Steeler fan, guys. It really is, because not just everything I said either, but the Steelers are doing things that they normally don't do. The Steelers cut dead weight from the roster. They upgrade at quarterback. They actually do something about their piss poor quarterback situation. And they're going to go be aggressive in free agency. Omar Khan, Andy Weidel leading the way, guys, is a breath of fresh air. And that's why Steeler fans should be excited. If Fields gets out of Chicago, he could be better, but the Bears are notorious for trash. Absolutely they are. They have never been able to figure it out. Yeah, they do. Even with Caleb Williams, yes, they are. They're still going to have those problems. Absolutely. Caleb Williams is one of those guys just teams don't feel like they can pass up on, I guess. I don't like Caleb Williams' demeanor. I don't like his attitude. I think he's stuck up. Um, I honestly think he's kind of a joke, to be honest with you guys. DJ Reginald said DJ's gone. He won't get his roster bonus Saturday. Yeah, so they really kind of have this week before that roster bonus kicks in. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I feel like I'm sure they would like to keep him giving Russ another option, but you can't pass up. If something comes up, you can't pass it up. If an offer comes up, you can't pass it up. So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, come noon, guys. There's gonna be a lot of news. So keep up. Make sure you guys are keeping up with what's going on in the NFL. We know NFL free agency is freaking nuts. There's always every day crap's happening. News is coming out. Usually for like the first, I want to say like the first 3 days, it's just red hot. It's just absolutely red hot. And I still don't think the Steelers are done cutting guys. I think Levi Wallace is going to be next. He even said too that he's expecting a new opportunity. But when we look at the rest of the roster, inside linebacker, you got to figure out what you want to do there. Quan Alexander's free agent, right? You got to look at. We all know we got to look at corner. You got to help Joey Porter. Scrooge, thanks so much, man. Thank you for subscribing, brother. I appreciate that. Hope to see you in future streams, future chats, man. Thank you so much for that. Um, that means a lot. Thank you. And I'm trying to be more consistent with my uploads. It's hard sometimes with work, guys. I try to be consistent at least once or twice a week now. I've been going live more recently, just because it's easier, and I feel like that more of you guys come in when I'm live, rather than me pre-recording a video. Yeah, Levi Wall is still on the roster. I'm just saying, Reginald, that I think that he's gonna be the next one to go. Super excited for the draft with our new acquisition. I'm sure there'll be a few free agency signings, but I'm more looking forward to the draft. Yeah, Sean, the draft, the draft's pretty O line heavy. I think we're gonna look at a tackle there. I really do. I could be wrong, but it's pretty heavy. There's some good corners in that draft too. The Steelers could go sign a corner and go draft a corner in the first or second round. There's some good corners in this draft. But really, I think Steeler fans, I think today, like myself, if any Steeler fan, any of you guys were up last night or waking up to the news this morning, you should be Steeler fans should be very excited. That they really should. They should feel good. They should be looking forward to this year. Um, the Steelers are changing their guard. They are finally. It seems like that. It seems like they're changing their guard. They're not doing the status quo. They're not doing the typical shtick, right? Staying loyal, being patient with things. No, 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 no. You can't be patient right now. Cam Hayward's on his way out. TJ Watt's going to be 30 by the middle of the season. You got Minka back there trying to win a playoff game. You have young talent on your offense. You can't waste that. You can't let that go to waste at all. Freak out here with that. Thanks, Jeremiah. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that comment. Thank you for thinking so of this show, man. Thank you. And we tell it like it is, guys. I'm not going to hide anything from you. My feelings or reality situations. I'm not going to walk on eggshells. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm going to say it as it is. Say it as it is. If you guys want to give me a few names in the chat on who you'd like to see them sign within the next day or two, who are some names that you guys have been looking at you'd like to see come aboard? I think a couple ones I'm looking at, if just to start, I mentioned Gardner Johnson at safety. I think Justin Simmons would be really fun to have back there. Kenny Moore, slot guy from the Colts, would be cool. Jerome Baker at linebacker would be cool. The Packers released Devondre Campbell as well. That could be a name. That could be a guy to look out for. Devondre Campbell at linebacker. I think those are a few names. Tyler Boyd at wide receiver, I think would be cool. I know I made a prediction that he was going to sign today, but that's just a prediction. Probably won't happen. I would like to see them probably maybe go after either a center or tackle in free agency and do the other position in the draft. I feel like it's going to be one or the other. Do you know how much Wallace makes? Let me pull up his contract real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, he's on the last year. Um, yeah. So hold on one second. See, I actually thought he was a free agent going into this year, but I guess he wasn't. Let me see. It's kind of going a little slow here. Um, Sean says no more questions at quarterback leadership. Fans can breathe. Absolutely. And guys, honestly, I'm sure you guys feel it the same way. It was seeing the quarterback stuff every day, hearing about the quarterback stuff every day, talking about it every day, seeing other people talk about it every day was honestly a lot. It was really a lot. I think everybody was ready to just see what was going to happen, get an answer, and then finally start going in that direction. Okay, we got who we're getting. Time to go forward. Time to go in that direction of filling out the rest of our team because we didn't know what they were going to do. I think we all knew going in this offseason, the Steelers, it was going to be quarterback rumor city. I think we all knew that. So I've been stuck on the quarterback situation, man. Yeah, Scrooge, we all been, man. Yep. It's been it was going to be the hot topic. It was going to be the hot topic this offseason. What are they going to do? San Francisco released Armstead. Imagine him on the line. That'd be pretty wild getting Eric Armstead. He's a good player. Um, I think he's just gonna get a lot of. Um, he's probably gonna get a good chunk of money somewhere. Um, okay, so here, this says that he's a free agent this year, which I thought he was, but for some reason he's not. So I'm not. And this is on Spotrac too, where they have all these contracts. Maybe you guys can fill me in. I thought he was a free agent because he signed a 2-year deal 2 years ago. So I don't really know what the deal is. I just know that he's still rostered for some reason. Yeah, and that was in 2022 though when he signed a 2-year deal, right? Or was that last year? Maybe it was last year. I don't know. I'm losing track. I'm glad that nightmare's over. Well, and it's like, Scrooge, like what I was saying too is like it's kind of like no matter what the Steelers do, people are either going to love it or hate it. But I feel like more people would have hated it if they just stuck safe and just brought back what they had last year. I think more people love them doing something different and going in a different direction. The people that aren't a fan of the Russell Wilson move will eventually talk themselves into it. But those people have to realize the whole situation, right? Like you gotta realize everything. You're getting cheap deal. The guy can still play. You weren't going to get your guy of the future this year. This is a guy that's going to help you win now. Um, they have to understand that. Simmons or Poyer at safety, maybe someone like Kendall Fuller at corner. Yeah, Poyer's out there too. Poyer would make some sense at safety too. Jordan Poyer really would. He still can play. Yeah, last year I think. Yeah, yeah. But I think most fans are happy about this and excited about this. I think the ones out there are, like I said, just either Pickett diehards or Rudolph diehards, and don't really care about what makes the team better. Truly, I truly think that. If there's fans that don't really like it just because they're not a big fan of Russell Wilson, that's okay. But you got to understand and look at everything at face value. Uh, Russell Wilson really wasn't that bad last year. I don't really get this narrative of him being washed from. I feel like it comes more just from some of the drama or some of the antics, right? Maybe rubbing people the wrong way with just kind of how he is. Because from what I saw last year, you can look back and look at film. Um, he's not prime Russell Wilson anymore. We all know that. But I think that there's a lot more things to like with what he did last year than not. And him being in a situation coming in here where he has stability, he can rely on a defense, he can rely on an offense, he can rely on a run game. Um, he doesn't need to come in and be the savior of the city like he had to with Denver because they just could not figure it out since Peyton Manning. I think is going to bode him very well. Yeah, that's what I thought, Sean, and that's why I thought he's a free agent. I don't understand why he's still on the roster. Yeah, Scrooge, he wasn't bad last year by any means. I don't really get where the narrative comes from. The guy can still play. He still has juice in the tank. I don't get how people can put a player who hasn't shown anything above the team like Kenny. No, exactly, still. That's what I don't understand. They're either Pitt fans, like I don't, or just I really don't know. I don't understand it. And seriously, I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. Do you guys think you can let me know in the chat if Kenny Pickett was playing on the New York Jets? The fans out there that wanted Kenny, like no consideration whatsoever to another option, right? The fans out there that were ho hum on Kenny's got to be the starter this year. I don't want anybody else but Kenny as the starter. Do you think those fans would admit if Kenny was on the Jets, he sucked? I think so. If Kenny was on the Jets, I think those fans that are Kenny diehards and don't want what's best for the team, I think would admit that yeah, Kenny Pickett stinks. Do you know if Mason's even coming back? I doubt it, Jeremiah. I really doubt it. I don't see why he would come back. He'd be quarterback 3 probably. I don't think so at all. Jennifer, I'm curious to see how Mike T handles Russell, all the issues he supposedly had with being above fans, other teammates, private offices, parking, training camp will be fun to watch. Yeah, definitely will. I'm not worried about it. I'm not. I mean, you look at the guys Mike Tomlin's handled before. Russell Wilson's honestly a good dude. He really is. He's a little bit of a different guy, but he's a good dude. He doesn't have off the field baggage or anything like that. He rubbed some teammates the wrong way in Denver, did a couple weird things, but Cameron Hayward advocated for him to be there, and I think that speaks a lot. I think that says a lot. Let's see. Russell was good last year. Yeah, I mean, like there's more to like with what he did last year than there's not. Imagine being Russell. He had beast mode and now has thunder and lightning in the backfield. Yeah, he doesn't need to come in and throw the ball 35 times. They would boot him? Absolutely. Steal? Yes, they would have. I think those Jets fans would admit it. I think they would too. He's better than Tannehill by far. He had a resurgence new offense we are going to have, so Wilson should have a pretty good year. Yeah, Frosty, I think you make a good point. I don't see why there's no reason why Wilson should not be effective for us. I think that he can be pretty efficient and pick his spots to be that in. So, let's see. Real quick, guys, I just want to see if there's any news right now since it's almost noon. Can he pick it as slow ball? It seems to flow in late. He's off timing. Yeah, absolutely. Steelers have interest in former Broncos center Lloyd Cushenberry. Could have a strong market the next minute. Let's see, guys. Let's see. I'm just looking to see real quick any news. Really none so far for really anybody. Michael Pittman got an extension. There you go. But yeah, tampering period starts now. And that's the thing too with Kenny, guys. Like I mean, his release was very weird. Slow ball. I don't know if it's because the smaller hands, the gloves. And honestly, I wanted him to do well. I really did. And I'm not a Pitt fan. I love Pittsburgh sports and everything, just not really college that much. I dislike them. I just don't really keep up with them in their college realm. But I want him to do well. When we drafted Kenny, for me, it was just like, okay, we needed to do something. I hope he does well. If it doesn't work out, you move on. It's simple as that. We having threat this year? Absolutely. Absolutely, Scrooge. Play action will be affected between Smith's offense and Wilson. Let's go. Yeah, it will. And that's one of Russell Wilson's best qualities still, especially in the red zone. And Russell Wilson's a smart quarterback. Kenny Pickett's not. But that was that's just like my whole thing is just like, dude, the Steelers have a good roster. They're going to add to their roster this year and make it better. Why are you going to waste that? Why do you want to risk reliving the last 2 years? Why do you want to do that? You're not going to go get your long-term guy, but you can get an upgrade for this year and next year to maximize that. You're telling me Russell Wilson can't win them a playoff game? Absolutely he can. Absolutely he can win them a playoff game. And like I said, that buys the Steelers time to find their next guy, guys. Russell Wilson buys them time to find their future. You're going to get production, right, in the next year or two. They have a roster ready to win, and then once that time comes, they're ready to find their next guy. That's the formula. That's the formula. Let's see. Just seeing real quick. We'll go a little bit longer, guys, and then we'll get off here. Bears making a push to sign DeAndre Swift. That's really about it so far. It's literally 12 o'clock. Stuff's going to be happening. So make sure you guys are paying attention. Make sure you guys got your news out, whatever you get your news outlets from. Yeah, he does, Frosty. He wants a trade. I don't blame him. Go be a number one somewhere else. Go be a number one somewhere else. But yeah, we should all be excited. We all should feel good. We have a new quarterback. We're going to be more productive. We're going to be adding to our roster. This is going to be a team that's going to be ready to win. This is a team that's going to be ready to win this year. This is going to be a team that's ready to make a push. I'm not saying that Russell Wilson's going to take them to the Super Bowl, but they're in a better spot than they were before. They can easily try to make a push in the playoffs with Russ. Easily. So should feel good. It's a good day to feel good as a Steeler fan. You should be excited about the upcoming free agency. You have the quarterback situation, signed, sealed, delivered. You should everybody should feel good about it. So I don't know. I think we'll see at least one or two more moves from them. Day 2, day 3 gets hot too, so keep your eyes out for that. Even regardless of what the Steelers do today, they'll be active in the coming days too. So, but you think of an offense, guys, of Russ, Najee, Jalen Warren, Broderick Jones, Sayamalu, a new center, James Daniels, a new tackle on the right side, Pickens, possibly Deontay Still, Freiermuth, free agent wide receiver. That doesn't get you excited. A new offense, new offensive coordinator, a defense that you're going to add to and make better, a defense that can be a top defense. Should get you excited. Omar Khan's doing great things. Mike Tomlin's doing some great things. It definitely sounds great, Aquatic. Definitely does. It's going to give a lot of people excitement leading into training camp, leading into the summer. We'll go a few more minutes, guys, and we'll get out of here. But wanted to come on here really before free agency started, just kind of really talk about the Wilson signing more strictly. We'll be live again when new news comes out. We're going to be live tomorrow on Mark Davison's channel, Steeler Nation Australia, myself, Daniel J, and Mark, talking about all the stuff coming out of the Steelers. Daniel and I might be live this week. We'll see. We'll see what goes on. I'm going to try to be live sometime this week. Just imagine Darnell finally being used. Yeah, he needs to be. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Imagine they bring in a guy like Devin White. Devin White, too. I also like another linebacker I like is Willie Gay Jr. from the Chiefs. He's a free agent. That's another guy to look out for. Give me before we call it here, guys. Give me a couple predictions on some of these guys the Steelers are going to sign. Give me your predictions. Give me a couple names before we call it. I said Tyler Boyd today. I'm going to say, I'm going to say Jordan Poyer they sign at some point. And I'm going to say that there's going to be a corner that they sign hoping to start aside from Porter. They're going to look at line and they're going to look at linebacker. I think those are all the positions we're going to look at. I'm throwing out two names for you, Jordan Poyer, Tyler Boyd. What do you guys think? Cornerback, please. Yeah, Jennifer, I know. The NFL offseason's too long. Another thing I like about Russ, he beat Cleveland last year, knowing how to beat the Browns, what I love in our new quarterback. Absolutely. 2-0 against the Browns last year. Or not last year, the last 2 years. Sorry. Let's see. Give me a couple names, guys. Give me a couple names. Eagles are a serious team for Saquon Barkley. Think we all knew that. George Pickens should be very, very happy today. Give me a couple names, guys, in the chat. We'll call it. Ugh. See, this is the fun part. Is that the fun part of free agency going on, and then you have the draft. The thing that sucks is once you start hitting May and June. That sucks. That's what sucks. July, you start going back to Latrobe and training camp, and then you're back in the preseason. Noah Brown, Josh Reynolds, Jerome Baker. Okay. Jerome Baker would be a good ad. I just hope for the city's sake, I hope the Pirates can actually do something this year. Is Patrick Queen available? He is. Patrick Queen is available. That would be a home run signing. I actually think he's going to go to Seattle with his defensive coordinator. That's the head coach now. But yeah, available. He's still available. He's probably going to get a good deal. Ravens lost a lot of coaches. They're losing some free agents. T. Higgins wants out. So I don't know. But yeah, keep up to date, guys, on your news today. We'll see if the Steelers do anything else. Like I said, tomorrow night, I think at 8 o'clock Eastern, Daniel and I will be on Mark's channel, Steeler Nation Australia. So make sure you guys are there. We're going to be talking roundtable, talking about what's going on. I'm going to try to go live at least once or twice a week because I just think that I like them better. I think they flow better. I think they're easier to do. And I think that all you guys that come in, I see more of you guys in my lives. So, but yeah, guys, we're going to call it there on the episode. We're about almost 50 minutes in. We're going to call it there. Really talking about Russell Wilson, the excitement that everybody should have as a Steeler fan, how everybody should feel good about them going forward into this season, and just how important it was to make this move, how it makes sense, how important it was, how much it makes them better, and it gives them so much flexibility come free agency. So everybody in the chat, always great seeing you guys, always great seeing your thoughts, hearing what you guys are talking about. Everybody in the stream that did not pop in the chat, thank you guys still for watching, for tuning in, for supporting the channel. Guys. We're trying to grow this thing more. I'm trying to get on a more consistent schedule with it more. It's been hard. It's been kind of hard the last couple years to really do it, but I do it for the enjoyment. I do it because I enjoy interacting with you guys as well. But we're gonna keep trying to grow this thing, man. So thank you all so much. We will see what other news happens today. We'll see what happens even tomorrow. But hopefully we see you guys tomorrow night on Mark's channel, Steeler Nation Australia. And I will be back live on mine. So hopefully I see you guys there. Have a good rest of your week, guys. A good start to your week. And let's go Steelers. Let's ride.